People, welcome back to another video. Breaking news has just come out that Tottenham reached verbal agreement to Manchester City to sign Savinho. And so here we go. Club to club verbal agreement in place tonight with Savinho set to travel for medical at Tottenham Hotspur FC. Fee will be over 70 million pounds, details to follow. Separate talks for Huma Mamush Kodim. I can't believe it. Right now, Fabrizio Romano has given the year we go on Savinho to join Tottenham, and yeah, I'm not surprised. Savinho is a player that many City. Savinho is a player that many City fans are turned on. Is a player that many City fans do not rate again. It's a player that City fans clearly has moved on from because clearly he's not clinical. It's not clinical. Clearly because Savinho is not clinical in front of the goal. Savinho managed 2 goals last season. A goal last season. He just can't shoot. He shoots as if it's full heart. You know, he shoots. His shooting is bad. And I want to address it. Savinho shooting here is not good. This has been something Manchester City Football Club have been trying to work on. How can we have a player at Manchester City Football Club who is struggling to shoot? Okay, fine. Let's do the high test. He's good on the ball. He can beat a player 1v1. He's good on the ball. He can beat a player 1v1. His skills are extremely good. But when he turns to actual finishing, when Savinho 1v1 with the goalkeeper back, he can't do it. He fails to deliver. The guy shooting is poor, and as a player who plays for Manchester City, you have to have that mentality. The guy was twerking for Spurs. Savinho was twerking for Spurs, and that's not the player we want at Manchester City. We need players who are locked in, who are ready to go. I'm sorry to whoever Manchester City fans is, but Savinho does not have what it takes at the top level. Savinho just doesn't have what it takes to be a professional player at Manchester City Football Club. Anyways, like, share. Like, share, subscribe, follow, and subscribe for more content. And yeah. So Savinho never had what it takes to compete at the top level. Savinho was good on the ball. He can beat a player 1v1. Yeah, but that's not what it's about. That's not what we're saying. Savinho. Savinho is a player that yeah. I'm like, as I said, and I'll still say it again. I wish none of my players bad, and also Omar Mamouche has appeared as a top target. Apparently, Mamouche has agreed personal terms to Tottenham, and Tottenham are interested in Mamouche as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But back on Savinho. Savinho is a player that he doesn't have the mindset, and if he did, he would be better. Savinho, I always rated the player. I think there's a player in Savinho. Savinho had some tremendous qualities last season. From his time in Girona, it was actually better than the way he was playing at Manchester City. The way Savinho was playing at Girona, it was actually better than the way Savinho was playing at a club like Manchester City now. No, this is the problem with young players. The problem with young players and Savinho, but nothing else to say. I wish Savinho all the best at its time at Tottenham Hotspur. However, it has just not worked out in Manchester City. The problem with young players, let me tell you the problem with young players is that they probably need 2 or 3 years to get good or to be good enough. When you sign young players, you probably expect them to have time, to get time, to be consistent. But This is Manchester City Football Club. We do not have time to wait for these players to get good enough. We do not have time for these players to be good enough. That is the problem with young players nowadays. We cannot wait for young players to be good. Okay, for young players, let's say we wait 3 years for them to come good. The 3 years we play is just too long. It's just too long for the young players to come good. Now, apparently, Manchester City are replacing Savinho with a guy named Alan from Palmeiras in the Brazilian league. In the Brazilian league, Savinho's replacement is Alan in the Brazilian league, and that's another project player. So you have to find out how that works out. Because I heard he has better goals than Savinho. He has better goals than Savinho. And yeah, let's see what this guy Alan is about. Apparently, Alan is said to be the Savinho replacement. And yeah, and let's see what this means. Young players, like young, it's difficult for young players to be consistent because they need time to grow and adapt. But this is Man City. We will not give you that time to come good. A player like Savinho, who is shit, who is terrible in front of goal, he'll probably need like 2 years to come good. He probably needs like 2 years to become a good enough footballer. But the problem is that can Manchester City wait long enough to secure the player? Can Manchester City wait around and see the possible outcome for a player like Savinho? But by the way, I want to give Hugo Viana props. Is how he got shit off the fan base this week. He got shit off the fan base this week, and I want to see 85 million euros for a reject is actually good cash if you think about it. A player like Savinho who can't finish, for you to get 85 million euros, that's good business.
because there's not much to talk about regarding the games in the week ending apart from maybe your lineup, you might see, and the prediction.
I want to give my round of applause to
Let me see if there's any
Savinho.
super chats on City before we keep it moving. And it's all over the Captain Venice. Aslan says, don't scare people. Be honest, City are done. And not just because they lost Pep, but because they've become poor operators. 700 million plus in 18 months to not improve. City offloading high-wage, non-performing assets and replacing them with younger prospects.
No, this is a good deal. I would say 85 million euros for Savinho is actually good money, and I hear that it's 100 million euros according to Manchester City FIFA. Manchester City FIFA have said, I'm confused. I think we're getting here. Let me read out what Manchester City FIFA said. They said Tottenham have agreed to sign Savinho from Manchester City in a record-breaking deal worth around 100 million euros. City will receive 93.3 million euros upfront plus 5.7 million euros in performance-related bonuses for the Brazilian, who is expected to be cleared for medical soon, adding a deal for Omar Marouche. The total is expected to be around 151 million euros at Montag. So basically, we're receiving 100 million, but I don't know why I kept saying 100 million euros. The total is expected, adding a deal for Omar Marouche. The deal is both expected to be around 151 million. So according to reports, Omar Mamouche is looking likely to leave as well as Savinho. We'll see. I think Mamouche is gone. I think Mamouche is the done deal. I'll release a video when the year we go comes out for Omar Mamouche, but as for now, yeah, Mamouche is Savinho has gone, and I wish him nothing but the best of luck. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
I cannot wait for all the debates and crash outs. Panel's opinion on if Maresca will still be in play by May. Well, the prediction is
Watch the show. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, that's my. I think this is a good deal for Manchester City, and I wish Savinho nothing but the best. I always said there's a player in Savinho, but it's not that City. City is not a football club that you be putting shit performances week in, week out, will be allowed to play. That's not how we run. So I expect nothing but the best for Savinho. There's a player in there, and yeah, please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.